Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Today we wrap up that nighttime conversation that Jesus was having with Nicodemus. You'll remember that Nicodemus went to Jesus by night and told Jesus, Teacher, we know that you have come from God, that no one can do the things that you are doing, the signs that you are doing, unless God is with him. And Jesus quickly turned the conversation and told Nicodemus that unless a person is born from above, they won't be able to see the kingdom of heaven. They won't be able to enter into God's kingdom unless they are born of the Spirit. And the conversation goes on a bit, and Jesus just emphasizes this need for rebirth. And then the whole thing concludes with this statement that this is the verdict, that the light has come into the world, and that men love the darkness more than they love the light because their deeds were evil. And further goes on that the one who practices evil hates the light and does not come into the light because they do not want their deeds, their evil deeds, to be exposed. But the one who practices the truth, the one who does the truth, that one comes to the light so that it might be revealed that the works that they do are works that are done in God and through God. So I want to pause on that, just reflect on that for a moment today, that the light has come into the world, but men have loved darkness, people have loved darkness more than they love the light. Because their deeds, their works, their lives are evil. And so they don't want to come into the light. And yet the tragedy of that is that it leaves them not only in the dark, but it leaves them with their evil deeds and no correction, no fix for it. And the thing about evil deeds is it not only hurts the people that we do the evil to, but is also self-destructive. And so here we have the light has come into the world, kind of the cure, if you will, for dark deeds, for dark living. The cure is here. And yet, people continue to resist coming into the light. They go the opposite direction because we don't want our evil deeds, our practices, our darkness to be exposed. And so it just stays dark, it just stays evil. We just keep doing these things, whatever they might be, and there's no cure. There's no cure whatsoever. And so we end up living under condemnation, self destruction, and also hurting a lot of other people. I got to give Nicodemus some credit. The light came into the world, and even though he was in the dark, even though it was night, Nicodemus came to the light. There's hope for Nicodemus because he was willing to come to the light, and Jesus more than willing to meet him. And Nicodemus is going to be changed, and we'll see that by the time we get to the end of the Gospel of John. And I think about that last line, but the one who does the truth comes to the light in order that his works might be revealed, that those works have been done through God and in God. As we come to Jesus, what we discover is that he begins to cure us of our darkness and of our dark works. That Jesus begins to expel the darkness, that Jesus begins to enable us to come into the light and to begin to live lives transparent, to begin to practice good works, so that our Father in heaven might be praised, so that it might be seen that the transformation that has taken place in us and the new works that we do are done in God and through God. So my challenge for you as well as for me is that as Jesus is the light that has come into our worlds, that instead of running from Jesus, we would actually turn to Jesus. And that we would be like Nicodemus, and no matter how deep in the night it might be, that we would constantly come to Jesus. And as we come to Jesus, as we come to the light, we'll discover that he cures us more and more of our darkness so that we can practice truth. We can live faithfully in the light, and it will be seen what God has done. God bless. Have a great day. Turn to Jesus.